Shocking breaking news. Kavanaugh put his wiener in some girl's hand at a party when he was in college because one of his friends pushed his butt when he had his wiener out into some girl's hand. Like, really? That's the level of Trump derangement syndrome that we are dealing with today, folks. This is the level that it's come down to. Ilhan Omar, who's notorious for saying that the only people that black people have to fear in this country are white people, and she's cheating on her black husband with a white guy. So I guess, yeah, honestly, I guess she was right. All you black guys out there, be afraid of white guys. They will steal your wife. Don't trust them. They stole the Indians' land. They'll steal your wife, even though she's an ugly, dumb idiot that looks like Ilhan and talks like Omar. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of What a Week We Have Had. I'm out here with Batman, of course. He's eating his stuff over there, doing his thing. This is the last weekend of summer. I hope that you all are watching this on Sunday night or Monday and that you enjoyed your last summer weekend. It's going to start cooling down real fast. As you can see, I got my comfortable Midway USA hat on. This is the super comfy one that I really liked. I think it was like $10, maybe $12. And my $1,023 The Right to Arm Bears t-shirt from Big Bear, California. I did a whole video explaining it, but the short version is I had a pretentious girlfriend who wanted me to buy her everything and needed everything top notch, so I took her out for a birthday weekend and spent $1,000 on her. And she saw this t-shirt in one of the shops up there, and she said, oh, you know what, you should buy this for yourself. So I did. Like, I just spent $1,000 on her for the weekend, and she's like, she couldn't kick down the $23 to buy me a t-shirt that she thought that would fit my personality. So I bought it myself. So $1,023, all I got was a stupid t-shirt. At least I ditched that dumb bitch. So anyway, what happened? De Blasio bites the dust. De Blasio bites the dust. That's right. De Blasio dropped out. Oh, I wonder why. He's pulling, I think he was pulling in negative numbers in New York City where he's the mayor. And he's pulling around a 1% for the rest of the country. And so his excuse is, you know, I think at this time New York needs me more than the country does. Meanwhile, everybody in New York hates him. They can't wait till the next election so they can get rid of his dumb ass. The Storm Area 51 thing is going on this weekend out near Groove Lake somewhere by the Little Alien. And hey, I'm going to put in a video right here of my very own UFO encounter. And it's only a minute long, so here, watch it. There's a bunch of like weird lights like dancing around up there. There's one. There's another. See these weird lights, they're just dancing around up here. They dance and dance and dance and dance and dance and dance. There's a bunch more up there, see, look. All these UFOs just dancing around up here. Just dancing. Dance, dance, dance. Look at them dance. Look at them dance, 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 dance. If you guys believe in aliens, take that for what it's worth. Honestly, it was just a bunch of white birds circling in circles, but they were so high up that when they turned sideways, the camera wouldn't pick them up. And then when they turned flat, the camera would pick them up. So, anyway, UFOs ain't real, folks. I mean, obviously there are aliens out there because There are infinite numbers of you in infinite universes doing the exact same thing and doing better and doing worse. There are infinite numbers of you that were the King of England and got your head cut off. That's how big the universe is. So, of course, there are beings out there, intelligent beings. They just haven't been here. Oh! So Rudy Giuliani just absolutely destroyed Fredo Cuomo, and of course the left is like, oh, Giuliani has this total meltdown. It's like, just because Giuliani destroys your poor little precious fragile Fredo boy doesn't mean that Giuliani had a meltdown. And honestly, Fredo Cuomo goes right back to his old skit. Like, once he gets bested mentally, he has to go physical. He's like, well, if you don't like what, if we're gonna have this conversation, then we could step outside with it. So he actually threatens to take a 75-year-old man outside and work it out. So in this video right here, he says, well, you know, you say this now, but maybe we can meet face to face and we'll hash this out. But here, I'll let Fredo do this himself.
Before he became a lawyer for this guy.
You're on a mission to get this guy no matter what.
That
and you
couldn't
know
be
something?
farther from the truth.
Whatever he did is nothing compared to what Biden did. And when you find out,
listen,
you should be embarrassed, but you won't. You'll find another excuse.
Look, I'm very interested in your personal insults of me. We can meet some other time, and you can say it all to me face to face, and we can get it out. What the hell you're not? But that's okay.
You. Chris,
that's okay.
And yes, Fredo, you are the Fredo of your family. Your dad was the governor of New York. Your brother is now the governor of New York. Your dad had to beg, what was it, Harvard, I think he got into? His dad had to, like, pay Harvard a bunch of money to get him into Harvard, and then he had to beg CNN to give him a job. This guy's got a Harvard education, and he's working for CNN as an anchor. He's like, yo, in this video right here where he's like, I'll throw you down the stairs. I don't care. I'll throw you down the stairs. I'm a CNN anchor. No, you're a CNN cuck boy. So here's that video of him being violent.
What are you going to do about it?
I'll ruin you. I'll throw you down the stairs like a punk.
I thought that's who you were.
No, punk-ass bitches from the right call me Fredo. My name is Chris Cuomo. I'm an anchor on CNN.
You're much...
Fredo is from The Godfather. He was that weak brother.
Because I'm smart, not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
Isn't that your
And
brother?
they use it as an Italian aspersion. Any of you Italian? Are you Italian?
I got a little
it's a
bit.
f***ing insult to your people.
But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
It's an insult to your people. It's like the N-word for us.
Damn guineas really make me laugh.
You can insult me like that.
I didn't insult
You call me Fredo. It's like I call you punk bitch. You like that? You want that to be your nickname?
I didn't call you that.
You called me Fredo. You know my name's Fredo.
Don't tell me you're innocent. Because it insults my intelligence.
Oh, your name was.
You did not think my name was Fredo. Don't be a liar. You want to be a man, stand up like a man.
I'm standing up, man.
You want to be a man, I'm here.
And act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Then fucking own it. Then own what you said.
Hey.
Then own what you said.
Listen, man, I don't have a problem with you, man.
Yeah, you're going to have a problem.
What? What are you going to do about it?
Fucking ruin your shit.
then.
Fucking throw you down these stairs like a fucking...
Please do.
Why, so you can fucking sue?
You don't want
So
to
you
do
can
that.
fucking sue?
Well, why don't you do
Go
it?
take a swing. You want to call me Fredo? Take a swing.
I'm not gonna swing at
Take a
you.
swing. Watch your hands. Take a swing. Watch your hands. Take a swing. No, come on, boy. Come on, boy. So you want to call me shit? Call me shit then.
Hey, listen, man.
I'm right
I'm not
here.
doing anything.
I'll wreck your shit. I'll wreck your shit.
Stop.
You didn't...
is somehow trying to hang on to the fame of his father in order to have some level of relevancy. Steve is right. He didn't even make the cut that his brother-in-law and sister did to be part of the Oval Office and the White House staff. Daddy kept Fredo back home. So who cares what Donald Trump did?
I thought that's who you were.
No, punk-ass bitches from the right call me Fredo. My name is Chris Cuomo. I'm an anchor on CNN.
You're much...
Fredo is from The Godfather. He was that weak brother.
Isn't that your
And
brother?
they use it as an Italian aspersion. Any of you Italian?
Which proves that if he is going to anger management therapy and he did get off the steroids, it's not working, or at least not yet. Although I must admit, I did watch the whole video, and he was mostly level for most of the conversation. I was surprised. So maybe they did get him on some like antidepressants or something to counteract the roid rage. But he still has those crazy wide roid rage eyes. But you can definitely tell like he seems a little bit more subdued than normal, a little bit more medicated. So that's Fredo Cuomo. Iran bombed the Saudi oil fields and everybody freaked out for the entire week. And then they were like, oh my God, we're going to war and gas prices are going up and blah, 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 blah. And this is why I like doing this is what happened this week. Because on Monday, there's total media hysteria. Everybody's freaking out. And you know what? Here it is, Saturday. Beautiful, sunny Saturday afternoon. It's about 88 degrees here in Southern California. The world didn't end. Gas prices didn't go up. We didn't attack Iran. Trump said exactly what most of us thought he would say. Hey, fucking Iran, it's fucking Saudi Arabia's problem. Let them deal with it. If they need us to help them out, we'll be there because they're our ally. But for the most part, they were the ones that got bombed. Let them deal with it. Some idiot guy trying to make a bunch of money, blaming Kavanaugh for more sexual harassment. Oh, the New York Times. How are you guys still in business? They report on this guy who's like, oh, sources say Kavanaugh whipped out his wiener at a college party, and then some girl put her hand out, and then some other guy pushed Kavanaugh's butt to make Kavanaugh's wiener go into this girl's hand. And then this girl, they finally found her, and she was like, yeah, I wasn't at that party. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So, of course, the Dems jumped all over it. Oh, shocking, breaking news. Kavanaugh put his wiener in some girl's hand at a party when he was in college because one of his friends pushed his butt when he had his wiener out into some girl's hand. Like, really? That's the level of Trump derangement syndrome that we are dealing with today, folks. This is the level that it's come down to. A guy says that somebody pushed wasn't the Kavanaugh thing like 2 years ago? Aren't we past this? Freaking Froggy McGee, she went away. She finally everybody realized that dumb bitch was fucking crazy. And then now we're like, oh well, here, let's jump on this new one. Jeez Louise, you guys can't. Why? And then they have these impeachment trials this week, and Lewandowski just absolutely destroyed every single member of Congress. Oh, I watched all 5 hours. I was so freaking hammered, drunk by the time I got to the end of it. I'm like, oh, holy shit, 5 straight hours of me laughing hysterically. I must have went through an entire 18-pack watching that debacle. And here's the thing, like, Trump only has 1 year left in office if the Democrats can get a nominee. But they don't have a nominee, so like, we need to start impeachment because they've already seeded the next election. Dems already know they're gonna lose in 2020. So they're like, well, we already know, like, there's not one 330 million people in America. Half of them are Democrats, so that's 150 million. Okay, well, half of them, let's say 2/3 of them are under 35. So you're not eligible to be president. Let's say half of them have something in their past where they dressed up in brown face or black face like Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau, it comes out like 1 month before their elections. Oh, he dressed up in brownface and blackface when he was in college like 20 years ago. And they're going to hold that against the poor guy. I don't like the guy. I think he's a pretty boy. I think he's a cuck boy, just like Fredo Cuomo. But you know what? That's no reason to make him apologize. The person you are today is not the person you are 20 years ago. Jesus Christ. If the only fucking bad thing this guy has ever done in his entire life was to dress up like Aladdin and paint his face brown, oh, for heaven's sakes. People, do you not have anything better to do with your lives? Back to the impeachment hearings. These Democrat idiots, they know Trump's going to win because they don't like Tulsi, and Tulsi's the only one that can beat him. But everybody's like, oh, well, Elizabeth Warren with her big-ass ears and absolutely no stance on anything is polling better than Trump. Yeah, how'd that work for Hillary? Hillary was supposed to beat Trump by like, I don't know, like 30-something points. And Trump beat her by like 30 points. So let me come in close. Let me tell you guys a little secret. Your Democratic polling fucking sucks. Oh, what the fuck, Ed Buck? Damn it. Speaking of Democrats, this motherfucking asshole Ed Buck in Southern California, who's a member of the LGBTQ and AARP community, who's a huge donor to the Democrats, who was a huge donor to the district attorney of Los Angeles, where he lives, was not indicted for the first 2 times that black male prostitutes overdosed on methamphetamine in his apartment. All right, so for those of you who don't follow California news, I'm going to repeat this a little bit slower so that because there's a lot of information there. So there's one time this black male prostitute ODs in Ed Buck's apartment, and the cops show up and they're like, dude, this guy's like dead. And Ed Buck's like, I wasn't even there. And like all the evidence showed that he was there, and he's like, nope, I wasn't there. District attorney said, no, it's obviously it was an accident, let's just move on. So then like a year later, exact same thing happens. Well, not to the same guy because he's dead, but to a different guy. And then everything comes out of the woodwork, like he's operating like a meth injecting den out of this apartment, and he gets off on. Now all these witnesses are coming out of the woodwork. They're like, yeah, he injected me with meth, and then I passed out, and he raped me, and then I went to the police, but they were like, well, there's nothing really we can do because you went there, and we can't prove if it was consensual or not. So then the second guy overdoses and dies, because that was Ed Buck's thing, is he would inject these guys to where they would pass out, and then he would rape them. Even though he paid them to be there and they knew that they were there for sex, that's not what he wanted. He didn't want consensual sex. He wanted to rape these guys, even though they were already there consensually, so he could have just had a lot of fun with it. Like, dude, here, tickle my balls, do something, I don't know. But he just liked guys to be completely submissive so he could rape them. So the second guy dies. The district attorney says, nope, we can't file charges. Why? Because Ed Buck donated to the district attorney. Huge donor to the district attorney. So now the family of the second guy who died wanted to file lawsuits, and the district attorney turned them down. Nope, can't file a lawsuit. It was all consensual. All these homeless people start coming out of the woodwork because word starts getting around the community. They call him the Kevorkian in that community, because Kevorkian used to do the same thing. He used to like to take boys and shoot them with drugs until they passed out, and then he would rape them. So that's why he was known as that. But, these guys are homeless and penniless, and they're addicted to drugs. So, you pretty much do anything at that point. So now this third guy ends up dead. And now all this stuff is coming back up again. They're like, if he wasn't a gay, white, LGBTQ, AARP, huge donor to the Democratic Party, this motherfucker would have been locked up. Let them find one dead black guy overdosed in my house, and I am a white guy. Well, we'll get into that more later. Because I got my 23andMe results back, and I ain't as white as y'all think, motherfuckers. Don't judge a book by its cover. So anyway, that's going to be a separate video. We're going to get into that. My family has some dark secrets. I'm talking dark. Well, it explains a lot about how I act and react. And I'm sure all of my friends, they're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So anyway, back to this Ed Buck guy. So he's going to go away forever now, thank goodness. But it took 3 guys dying to get this guy finally arrested because he's LGBTQ. And like Dave Chappelle says, can't mess with the alphabet, folks. And he's like over 55, so he's AARP. Can't fuck with the elderly folks. And he's a white Democratic donor to the fucking DNC. Can't fuck with those folks either. Fucking pitiful. Fucking Dems. Letting white guys kill black people. Ugh. Oh, and Rick Ocasek died this week. And he's only 75.
Summer, it's like a merry-go-round. I see you under the midnight, all shackles and bows, high shoes with the cleats clicking, a temperamental glow. Oh, don't you let me go.
So, obviously, if he was on Fredo Cuomo's show, he would have threatened to beat him up like he did Giuliani. Because I guess Cuomo's going for the 75-year-olds now. Those other kids aren't as easy to throw down the stairs as you think they are. And then this former NFL player has a pizza place. So he's a former NFL player. So obviously, you know, he had a little bit of money because he started his own pizza joint, like a build your own pizza type of thing. And I guess things weren't going as well as he wanted them to. So the dumb motherfucker breaks into his own shop at like 9 o'clock on like a Wednesday night or whatever. Rips his own flat panels off of the walls and throws them in the back of his truck. Then spray paints swastikas backwards. Like, dude, you gotta do a little research on this shit. If you're gonna make it look like fucking white supremacists broke into your shit, you gotta get the swastikas right, buddy. So he painted them on backwards and then wrote MAGA because everybody knows how well that worked for fucking Juicy Smollett. Holy shit. Does this guy... Oh, with all those plasma TVs up on his walls, he wasn't watching the news? He's like, oh, Jussie Smollett said MAGA. And that shit was fake. And everybody knew it was fake when Jussie Smollett said MAGA. This motherfucker's like, fuck it. They'll never... Oh, maybe that was his genius. He'd be like, they'd never think somebody was so fucking stupid to do MAGA twice in 1 year. Yeah, We are. We would think that somebody's that fucking stupid to do MAGA twice in 1 year. So yeah, so he faked his own crime, broke into his own shit. One of his neighbors in the strip mall said, "Hey, somebody's tearing up this place. You know, can you come and see?" So he wrote "nigga" all over his own stuff, and you know, the cops show up and they find all the flat screens in the back of his truck. They pull him over. Anyway, here's the clip.
Gwinnett County tonight, police say a former NFL athlete turned business owner staged a racially motivated burglary at his own business. He's now facing several charges. CBS 46's Haley Mason has this story from Lawrenceville.
When police showed up to the Create and Bake Pizzeria and the adjoining Kaufman's Creamery, they thought there was a robbery in progress.
We were just in the car, we passed by, and then we just saw like a bunch of police cars right here.
The two restaurants were trashed inside. Racial slurs were spray painted on the walls, including the N-word, the word monkey, swastikas, and MAGA. Officers tracked down the business owner, 31-year-old Edon Kaufman, a former NFL player. He was sitting in his truck with a hoodie and gloves on. Behind him was a bed full of newly unmounted flat-screen TVs.
He said that he was the victim of a burglary that occurred earlier in the day, and that he was just coming back to the business to retrieve those items.
Yeah, that dumb motherfucker. So anyway, that's that whole story. Ilhan Omar is still a fucking idiot this week. She, of course it came out that she was sleeping with her campaign manager, cheating on her first and third husband, because her second husband was her brother that she married so that he could get citizenship illegally in the United States. So yeah, so Ilhan Omar files for divorce from her first/third husband that she divorced and had a kid with, only to marry her brother so that he can get citizenship. And now she's dating some white guy who she says is the scourge of all Carpathia, or whatever the hell that quote is. That's a Ghostbusters reference.
Listen to me.
What? Who?
I, Vigo, the scourge of Carpathia, the sorrow of Moldavia, command you.
Oh, command me, Lord.
He's Vigo. The scourge of Carpathia. The end of Moldavia. Bah, 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 bah. The end of the world. So, Ilhan Omar, who's notorious for saying that the only people that black people have to fear in this country are white people, and she's cheating on her black husband with a white guy. So I guess, yeah, honestly, I guess she was right. All you black guys out there, be afraid of white guys. They will steal your wife. Don't trust them. They stole the Indians' land. They'll steal your wife, even though she's an ugly, dumb idiot that looks like Ilhan and talks like Omar. And then, it came out also. Oh, Batman. This dumb idiot. See, look, I start talking politics and he's like, "Dad, I dropped my bucket. Come and help me. Put your bucket back up. Hey, idiot." This freaking horse. So he knocks his bucket over and then scares himself and goes flying backwards. Ugh. So idiot AOC has a challenger for her seat in Congress for 2020. And we all know she's going to lose because everybody's making fun of her district. They're like, how the fuck are the people of Bronx so stupid as to elect this retard? Colt announces that they're going to quit making the AR-15. So all the Dems jump on this story. It's all over the news. Colt's going to quit making AR-15s because of, and then so that's in quotes. In quotes, Colt's going to quit making AR-15s. Not in quotes. In light of all the school shootings that we have, and then in quotes, it seems like the right thing to do. Now, when you read that, you would think, oh, Colt is saying that in light of all the recent mass shootings, the right thing to do is to quit making AR-15s. And then you get into the story and it's like, oh, Colt is quitting making AR-15s because the market is so saturated with everybody that it's like there's no point in them making them because they're actually losing money. Financially, it makes sense for them to quit making them because it costs them more money to make and store and ship and distribute them than what they get back. So to them, it makes sense because there are so many other people that make AR-15s for so much cheaper. So they're not going to make them anymore. But the media lies to you so much. Because if you just read the headline, Colt quit making AR-15s in light of all the recent mass shootings because it makes sense, you would think, oh, Colt's, they're standing up for all these people and they don't want people to get shot. It's like, no, that's not what Colt is saying. Fucking lying ass media. Jeez Louise. But then again, that's your own fault. If you believe that kind of stuff, like on Facebook, people post these idiotic stories all the time. Like, I just lost a Facebook friend. I met the chick twice in my entire life. She requested to be friends with me after I met her like twice. She's like, oh, what's your Facebook page? Blah, 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 blah. And then she posted something stupid like, it's one of those stupid things, situations that's never, ever going to happen. Like, if you were kidnapped, but the kidnappers didn't want you to know that you were kidnapped, and they made you keep writing on your Facebook page, what would you write so that people would be like, hey, John would never write something like this on his page? And it was such a stupid fucking post. Like, stupid post, just, especially when it's like forwarded. It's like it's a stupid post that somebody else forwarded this dumb bitch that she put absolutely no brain power into re-forwarding. She just typed in, I would type in, I don't like cats and I don't like puppies. And then everybody would know that I needed help. So I was like reading it and I was like, you know, this fucking dumb. And she had just posted like 2 weeks ago about how proud she was that she purged everybody from her friends list who disagrees with her point of views and everything like this. And she's a hardcore fucking lefty idiot. So, of course, what's my natural response? I'm like, okay, well, what would I post to make sure that everybody knew, hey, something's not right with John, we need to check on him? Not all Dems are retarded. And she fucking lost her shit. I got the exact response that I was looking for. She fucking wrote me like a fucking 5-page essay about how I'm ignorant and mean and stupid. And because, you know, you can't say things like that. This is supposed to be a fun, light-humored thing. And then you want to bring politics into this. And I'm like, my Facebook is fucking stupid. If you have that much stock in your Facebook page, she's like, you can't post this on my Facebook page and I'm blocking you. Like, it's sad because that's the only power that this idiot has in her life, is to just, that's her little power trip. It's like, nope, this is the one thing I have control of in my entire life. I'm going to block you from never being able to post or see anything. I'm like, good. I didn't like your fucking dumbass posts anyway. Why do you think I've fucking been instigating you? Dumb bitch. God, like I said, if you put that much stock in your Facebook page, there's something wrong with you. Go outside, get a freaking horse, do something with your life. I don't know. Get a hobby. Start building AR-15s. Go out to the range. Start shooting. Start talking with other AR-15 owners. If you don't like rifles, get yourself a Glock or a CZ or a good old-fashioned freaking 45. Go down to the pistol range, start shooting, start talking to other folks. Hey, how you doing? Fine, how are you? Oh yeah, hey, what do you think about this? Get some real people interaction in your life. Anyway, that's all that I have for today, and what a week it has been. I hope that you liked the video. I hope that you have a wonderful last day of summer. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.